What's up, you guys? I'm Josh, also known as Harry Tornado, and I cannot put into words how excited I am for this interview tonight. As you've seen from my Instagram posts of the last couple of days and the thumbnail of this video, my guests on Reseller Review tonight are Ryan and Alli Roots. Or should I say, he's Ryan Roots, she's Alli Roots, and together they are Ralli Roots. Guys, how's it going?
It's great.
What's up, man?
Dude, again, I am so thankful that you guys took time out of your crazy busy schedule to do this little show of mine.
Happy to do it. Happy to be here. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Thank you again. So it's going to be a quick show tonight, guys. I just have a couple questions to ask Ryan and Alli. But if you have a question you want me to ask them, feel free to drop it in the chat, and if we can get to it, I will. It's going to go pretty fast tonight, so I apologize if I've missed anybody said anything. But again, we're going to do the best we can. So Ryan and Alli, I'm sure 99% of people watching this show tonight are going to know who you are, but for the 1% that don't, just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you do it.
Yeah, so we're a husband and wife team. We are full-time in e-commerce, so we sell on eBay, on Amazon. We do wholesale, and then we do YouTube as well. So we have a YouTube channel, and it's called Ralli Roots. And on there, we just kind of document our journey. That's really what our channel is about documenting and kind of teaching people what to do and what not to do on when you're selling stuff online.
Yeah, as best we can.
Yeah. And Alli is the brains of the operation, and I'm the brawn. She does a really good job of keeping me in check. Otherwise, our warehouse would be more full than it is now, which it's pretty stuffed. So
I've noticed that you guys are following wholesale stuff lately.
Yeah.
So the first question, really, it's probably my favorite one of the ones we're going to do tonight, because you guys are the reason I started reselling. I have no idea how I found your videos, but they were just captivating and motivating, and it's what started me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of resellers out there that you guys have inspired to start. But going back to your beginnings, what inspired you? I know you've had your YouTube channel since 2016, 2017, but I'm assuming you were reselling before that. So what kind of got you into the whole reselling business?
You want me to answer that? You
yeah,
want to go?
It was all you. That's all you.
I don't want to talk over you.
No, that's all you.
So we kind of started reselling almost out of boredom. We needed something to do. So I've always owned businesses in the past, and I had a company that was working really, I'll give you the short story. I was working really hard, got burnt out, ended up selling that company, broke even. And then we were sitting at home for I want to say 3 or 4 months, just kind of figuring out what's the next step.
Trying to create a new business.
Yeah.
And we created two, and it was.
Right. And then we were like, you know what? We like to go garage sailing. We always went garage sailing. We're like, why don't we go and try to see if we can flip stuff on eBay? I had an old eBay account. I sold my first thing on eBay when I was 14 years old, and then kind of didn't sell anything for a while. But then we're like, let's go out to garage sales and try to turn some money into some more money. And we did. We found some stuff. I think the first couple of things we bought were like small electronics. I wish I had kept track of exactly what it was that we bought. But we spent a couple $100 and we flipped it. We turned it into like 400. And as soon as that happened, I was like, my business mindset was like, the margins on this are pretty ridiculous. Like only in reselling can you turn $200 into $400. Look at any other business, and if they're making 10% profits, that is a thriving business, right?
Yeah.
And especially when you're not doing it with a whole bunch of capital up front. $200 is not, anybody can go and do it.
Exactly.
So we were like, all right, let's at least try it, and let's try to figure out how to make it into a business. So this was a year and a half before we had anything to do with YouTube. And a lot of people don't know, but we didn't even know that there was a reseller community on YouTube. We didn't know anything about the reseller community on Instagram. We had personal Instagram accounts.
Just on any social media.
Yeah, but we didn't learn anywhere. We pretty much dove right in, figured it out. And then a year and a half later, we're like, okay, let's start a YouTube channel. Well, I started the channel to Alli wasn't about it at the beginning.
No way. I was not about it. This is so true.
Alli was like, YouTube, isn't that a place where all the haters go to hate on everybody else?
Yeah. I mean, haven't you gone down the rabbit hole on, a popular video and it was always just awful things, and thought to yourself, I'll never do that.
Yeah. So she wasn't about it, but I was like, if anything, let's just do it for ourselves so we can document our journey. So we started making YouTube videos, and here we are. It'll be 3 years on YouTube in October.
That's awesome. And that kind of gets into some other questions that they were further down the list, but I'll ask them now. So like, Alli, were you hesitant about the reselling business, like you going full time into it? Because I know a lot of resellers.
Not full time. We were part time for a long time, and I saw it working very well and effectively. And I realized if you ran it like a business and not a hobby, you could. And so I was very pro doing it full time. I was worried that we might have to supplement, but I was very pro it.
Alli's also, we've been together for 11 years. So Alli's also seen me in my like entrepreneurial things go through really, really low lows and really high highs. So she was kind of used to it, I think.
And I've seen your bad ideas, and I've seen your mediocre ideas that involved a lot of work, and then your other ideas that they were great ideas and they didn't involve as much work.
Right.
And so I've seen all your different, you know, I don't even know how, but I've seen your different.
Yeah.
You guys need to get into the bag selling business, because I bought one of your totes, and the new ones with Mochi and Lychee. Is that right?
Mochi and Lychee.
Mochi and Lychee. And I mean, those things, I think you had like 200 and they sold out like within a day or two. So
the first day.
You guys are by far like the king and queen of multiple sources of income.
Appreciate it.
Just got it figured out.
I think that one in particular was kind of, it was good for us to see there though, because it just shows how like kind-hearted the reseller community is, because we're giving half of the profits from the bag sales to a no-kill shelter, like on behalf of Lychee, who passed away. That was our Pomeranian. So I think that people really kind of attached themselves to that, and they did. The bag sold out in like 5 hours, which is cool.
And we know they're a no-kill shelter, and that's really expensive to run a no-kill shelter. So we're very excited that we can help them out that way. So
that's awesome.
We'll make a video about it. We'll go down there.
For sure.
I'll call I'll just
Haven't you
email
guys
the
learned
owner.
anything from your comments lately? You can't make any videos that aren't specifically about reseller information. You can't put in your personality or any other things. It's just free information.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Honestly,
That's how we used to be. It was all informational. And then Ryan said, you know, there'll be negativity, because I really want to get rid of the only reselling niche. I want to do fun things as well and make it fun for us. Yeah. And so we did, and we did lose subscribers in the beginning because they wanted just informational videos, which is fine, because that's not our audience any longer, right? Like we change and our audience will grow with us. And so we did see a shift in our audience whenever we decided that we wanted to show people like the lifestyle you can have as a reseller, not just how to be a reseller. Right. And that was really important to us, because the value in being a reseller for us is our lives and our lifestyle and our freedom. And we thought that if we could instill that in other people, that they could see that value and really strive to work towards it instead of just being an employee of somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Great answer. So how long did you guys resell before you felt comfortable enough with it to start your YouTube channel and start kind of teaching other people about it?
It was a year and a half. It was a year and a half. And then even if you go back and look at like some of our first YouTube videos, well, actually, they're pretty bad. I wouldn't.
Don't go back to those.
If you did, you would see that even for the first probably like year on YouTube, we weren't really teaching so much as documenting, because we didn't know everything, and we still don't know everything about reselling. Now we're at the point where we're very confident in what we teach, because we've built a very successful reselling business. But it was more just about documenting, and more than telling people what to do, we were telling people these are the mistakes that we're making. Don't make the same
those mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is one awesome thing about our mentoring, is we tell people like, make these 10 changes. Like the first thing you do these 10 changes. Yeah. And then other people would put in the Facebook group like, hey, I made these changes, listen to them. It worked, go and do them. And then other people will comment below in the Facebook group, oh snap, I need to go and make those changes. And then a few days later, I made those changes and it's worked. So at least we know what we're doing is working for other people, not just us.
Yeah. In the reselling community, or just reselling business in general, like there's so many different avenues to go down to find success. So like a lot of channels that I follow are hesitant to give advice to other channels, because they're like, oh, you just do whatever you're doing. But I think it's okay to like, teach people, like a shipping video, because there's people out there that want to get into reselling that still need and hunger for that information. So somebody's got to do it.
Absolutely.
Shipping is scary. That was the hardest hurdle for us in the beginning. Shipping.
And it's still changing today.
Oh, it's still changing.
More and more expensive.
Yeah.
So how long has it taken you guys to get where you are with your YouTube channel? Like, I think I talked to you before in one of your live videos, and I know you said it took about 6 months to get your first 1,000 subscribers, but going from 1,000 to like 97 or 98,000, whatever you have now, like, have you seen like certain things that you've done that have created, huge spurts in subscriber counts, or, a large increase in engagement?
I think, one thing that I'm thankful for with our YouTube channel is that we've been pretty consistent. We have had like some spurts where we get a lot of subscribers. Usually that'll be like if we're mentioned on like a bigger channel or something like that. Or if we get a video that goes semi-viral or whatever. And
we've only had the one.
Yeah, well, one that was like the big one.
Yeah, the big one.
But we've stayed pretty consistent. Yeah, it's taken us. Listen, the first year on YouTube
is the hardest.
Yeah, by far. The first 1,000 subscribers.
I agree with that. Everybody who's
Nice.
spent at least 1 year on YouTube.
Yeah. So it is a grind, and you have to figure out what works for you. But I think, the big thing and the good thing about your channel as well, Josh, is that you're doing something different. And it's not just, hey, I found this shirt. Hey, I found this. It's not like when we first got on YouTube, most of the reseller channels were just haul videos showing what they got. There were exceptions to the rule. Obviously, like the College Picker was doing awesome vlogs. Bonafide was doing good vlogs. Reezy was doing good vlogs. But we were like,
and other people.
But we were like, okay, if you want to get onto YouTube, you have to do something different. And I think that is why our channel grew so fast, is because one, we're doing something different. Two, we have this relationship.
So what's the word I'm thinking?
Partnership.
Yeah, there's another word that we're thinking that we just can't think of.
Like if you hate me, at least there's Alli there to bring some light to the channel.
There is a balance between us.
Yeah, the balance.
There definitely is a balance.
So, and we work well together, which we're thankful for too. So.
Yeah, you guys definitely have like a magnetism and like just a charisma about you that I really think has helped your channel and like the whole vlog style of your videos. Because like when I was starting my reselling business and I was searching for other content creators, there's so many people out there that post 45-minute or an hour-long unedited videos of like Goodwill bins haul.
Yeah,
and it's all just clothing, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch like a 10 to 15-minute video that's edited and produced and kind of cinematic.
Chemistry. Dynamic.
Pick and roll for the win. Chemistry.
Yeah, dynamic was the word I was thinking.
Okay.
And chemistry, but dynamic was it was right here.
So here's a kind of a fun question for you. I don't know, depending on how what's happened to you, but is there a buy that you really missed out on in life? Like, how Gary Vee missed out on investing in Uber twice. Has there been something that you've just passed on that later on would have been a huge win for you?
We were thinking about this and we couldn't think of something.
Yeah, I don't think, I think it's more, when you first start out reselling, or most of us anyway, when we first started out reselling, we just didn't have the capital for bigger buys. And there were a few times where there were opportunities for us to buy stuff, and we couldn't because we didn't have the free cash flow. So I think that's the only thing. But there was nothing where it was like, oh, I wish I would have got into that or bought that. Not really. Not as far as reselling goes.
It's more the opposite. Like, oh snap, we shouldn't have bought that.
Yeah.
That's great that you say like kind of the lack of liquidity at some point, because my next question is going to be about like sourcing. So for new resellers that are struggling with sourcing, I know a lot of people have a couple of good flips and they see you guys doing these awesome wholesale deal and they want to get into that. But when you're first starting out and you've got $500 total, I don't personally think you'd want to invest all of that in one wholesale deal. What do you guys think?
I don't think you should even start looking at wholesale or looking at bulk until you at least have a handful of $1,000 to gamble with, because you're going to be taking a bit more of a risk.
You're going to take a hit and you're going to get burned on wholesale just to find the right person. Sometimes you'll pay extra to make that connection so that you can hook that person into coming to you first.
That's how you learn, really.
So,
but I would say with
you have to build a relationship.
with $500, garage sales are going to be your best bet. Build up your cash flow, and then try auctions. Auctions are really good. I would say stay away from storage unit auctions. I know that they seem like it's a lot of fun. We used to do storage unit auctions. It's a ton of work. So, but I would say garage sales are great. Build up your capital that way.
We know people, like one of our students even, right? So this is very legitimate. He made $4,000 over one summer getting things for free and reselling them locally, just flipping stuff locally, and then started selling online because he needed to build the capital up. And he made $4,000.
Yep.
It's
free stuff.
Before I did actual like on eBay reselling, I resold things locally, and I did mostly furniture. Like I was in a college town, so like all these students were moving at the end of the school year, and they were just throwing out their furniture. So I would just take my truck around. I was actually delivering Chinese food at the time. So like, as I was delivering Chinese food, I was picking up furniture. The next day, posting pictures, and I was making probably like $300 to $500 a month just doing that.
Nice.
That's a lot of extra money for free stuff. $500 a month from just finding things on the side of the road. That's insane.
The furniture was great. Like they just couldn't fit it in their car,
And they just don't care. They're so over it.
Yeah.
Their parents paid for it, whatever it was. Yeah.
So if you could only resell one item for the rest of your reselling career, what would it be? Whether it be like a custom SKU or just a category in general?
Oh, category? Vintage t-shirts.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so much fun.
The category probably vintage t-shirts, just because at least like things are, as you go, things become vintage that weren't vintage. So that's ever changing. So I guess it'd be more exciting than just saying like, if it was just about the money, I would say probably like printer ink. Get it to go heavy on that.
Yeah. I've tried printer ink. I haven't tried it on Amazon yet, but I've tried it on eBay, and I guess I just haven't found the right,
the right ink,
the right type. I don't know. I haven't had much luck with it, but I've seen other resellers talk about how valuable it is. So, it's definitely something I'll look out for.
Yeah.
Can I answer a question really quick?
Sure.
She answered asked a couple questions. Jody was saying, anyone in the drop shipping or print on demand, I'm planning on starting up with both very soon. Just a word to the wise there, Jody. Be very careful about how you're doing drop shipping. If you do get into it, 99% of the time, it's not going to work. It's very, very difficult to do the right way. And most of like these courses and stuff out there on drop shipping are a total scam. So just be careful with how you get into drop shipping. Print on demand is different. There's great ways to do it, like with Amazon merch, or doing like Printful on Etsy. Great ways to do it. So just be careful, do your research, and make sure you're trusting the right person.
Right. Especially with the platform, because eBay hates drop shipping.
eBay hates
They'll close down your account forever.
Yeah. And I've heard people talk about success, and they'll post their sales. They're like, "Oh, I have $20,000 in sales with my drop shipping business." I'm like, "Yeah, but you made $40 at profit."
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You made nothing. You lost money.
There's some drop shippers that only make money with their credit card points. Like they just buy and sell things for what like the same price and just make their profit on the points. And I think that's so dumb.
Yeah. We knew somebody, they were explaining how you can make money from credit cards, but it's very stressful and you have to really have a good tracking system for everything. So we don't have the time for that, but if you have the time and you're smart with your credit card, you can utilize it.
Sure.
But I wouldn't bank on it.
Yep.
So Ryan, you've owned several businesses before. If I remember correctly, I said like the first thing you sold was like an ebook that your dad wrote or something. So going from that small business to like your computer software company or whatever that was, and now to your reselling and your YouTube, which has been your favorite business and maybe like most profitable and most fun? Just your best one that you feel like you've had the most successful.
Jeez, that's a tough question. So this is definitely my favorite business, without a doubt. The freedom that we have from reselling, the time that we get to spend together, and
it's fun.
And the variety. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. I think this business is a lot of fun. Most profitable, probably this one too. We had a pretty decent sized business in Australia, but we were putting most of the money back into that business. So I guess this one would be more profitable. And what was the other question?
Well, it was like just one part question, like which has been, I guess, the most fun, because it's
this one
seems fun to like people watching your channel, but like if you're an actual reseller and content creator, you know it can't always be
fun. That was the other part. Yeah, YouTube, for me, YouTube's the most fun. Just because like I never thought I was a very creative person. Allie's always been like the crafter and the artist and stuff.
And I always told Ryan he was creative. He just had to find the outlet for his creativity. Right. And he just said, no, I'm not creative. Always. He always said, I'm not creative. And I was like, yes, you are.
So I found it, right? So YouTube for me, I didn't care if we didn't make any money on YouTube at all. I would still do it because it's an outlet for me to share our experiences. And then also it's fun for me to edit the videos, and it's kind of like my art form. So.
And it's very rewarding too. We get really nice messages from people. So those have really helped, inspire us to stay in YouTube, especially in the beginning. The nice messages we would receive. Yeah.
Like when I started YouTube, I was like fully prepared, like armored up, ready for the haters. But like, I mean, they're there. Like, don't get me wrong. But the support in this community is by far outweighs the negative, at least in terms of individual comments and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yes.
So like, have you ever had a point in your YouTube, just the YouTube specific, career here, business you have, that you've kind of started thinking that maybe the negative was outweighing the positive with the constant, you guys took some time off a couple months ago and people were saying, oh, where's the next video? Like, I want more and more. And people don't realize how much time and energy it takes to come up with an idea and a thumbnail and film it and edit it and all that stuff. Have you ever just kind of got burnt out and thought that it maybe wasn't worth it?
There's only one time where we got a lot of hates when we went to eBay Open. There was a lot of like negativity on some of the videos because people were very angry at eBay. Remember?
Yeah.
There were a lot of like angry people and they're like, oh, you guys sold out. And we had to explain to them, no, we went to eBay Open. A lot of people, one, didn't want to spend the money to go, right? Because it's expensive. Or two, couldn't afford to. Or three, just couldn't justify it, right? Because you have other things that you'd rather spend the money on. So we went and we tried to share all of the information that we were getting from eBay. And they allowed us, to interview some of their very important, employees that were in charge of a lot of things. And at the end, there was a lot of negativity. And I thought to myself, like, was it worth going and sharing all this information to help people just to get so much negativity? But at least we know that we helped a lot of people. And we did convey a lot of important information that eBay shared that you don't realize is important until someone that you look up to is like, hey, no, pay attention to this. Like, this is important. Focus on this. Or these are new things that are coming. So maybe that was probably for me the only time where I thought, I don't know, was that worth it?
I've seen a lot more in your videos how people are kind of coming up to you like in the thrift and introducing themselves, and you kind of maybe feel like a celebrity a bit. Have you felt weird about like thinking that was like maybe an invasion of privacy, or are you still like pretty cool with people coming up? Have you had any really crazy people that like stalked you or something?
Not really.
It's not weird at all. I think the reason why it's not weird is because we went to we've got to cons before. And so we would dress up and we always had good characters that people liked.
True.
And so people would just come up to us and be like, hey, can I get a picture with you? When I was dressed as a unicorn or Ryan was dressed as Goku. And it kind of feels like that. Like someone just walking up to you and they're like, hey,
you're not dressed up.
You're not dressed up, right? They're like, you're cool, could I get a picture with you? So it kind of feels the same. I don't feel special.
But like you also
feel celebrity.
We also have to remember, like we're one of the larger channels in the reselling community, right? And our channel isn't even at 100,000 subscribers. We're nothing compared. Like there's YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers. So we also have to remember, like we are people who do well selling online.
Yeah, like there's a whole factory that makes 100,000 subscriber buttons. That's how many
the YouTube
channels there are getting 100,000 subscribers. Like there's a factory for it. So
I don't think we'll ever get that YouTube celebrity.
I think it's really difficult in this particular niche to find that level of success. I think, was it Taco Stacks? He's like over 100,000. Craigslist Hunter has a really great channel. I'm sure everybody knows about him, but he's probably my favorite one other than you guys, of course, because he's so authentic. He's just some guy with a funny accent that owns a pawn shop.
And I think that if you look at the channels in the reselling, if you look at the channels that have done well and grown fast, all of them are authentic. You can tell when people are being fake, and you can tell when people are being real.
Hoodwinked.
Yeah.
Love that word.
Pete, Craigslist Hunter, Pete, he's very real. Taco Stacks is raw.
So real.
So raw
like,
and real.
So, yeah.
And he's done, done really well. So.
Yeah. So here's a interesting question just to make you guys feel good. Alli, what is your favorite thing about Ryan as a husband?
He cooks.
He cooks. Is he good? Is he good?
He's a really good
cook. With all you have to edit videos and run like multiple businesses, and you still cook.
Alli gets mad at me when I'm editing a video and I don't cook.
I married Ryan because I love his cooking. Bam.
Oh,
Said it. It's out there.
Okay, so Ryan, what is your favorite part about Alli as a wife?
Yeah. I'd like to know this.
I think that just how supportive Alli is with my crazy ideas, because I still have I'm still thinking every single day, and I'll come up with like 10 new ideas a week, and Alli will go, all right, those are great, but maybe let's try this one and put these ones on the back burner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's good at keeping me grounded and keeping me focused on what is the right thing to focus on. Otherwise, people ask all the time, like, how are we able to do all the things that we do? And I mean, the main reason is because I love to work. So I'm constantly working, and I like social media, I like the interaction we get on social media. So I love doing what we do. But I'm still always thinking, like, how do we do more? How do we make it better? So.
I always love whenever we have new ideas. It's just a matter of, okay, we can do that, but we have to do everything slowly and make sure all the other things that we're currently doing are working. It's like a well-oiled machine before we start something new.
Yeah.
Which is the trick. I think a lot of people try too much.
Ryan woke up one morning and said, Alli, let's go buy a Tesla. How long was that process of thinking of wanting it and buying it?
Well, it's actually cheaper than the other car Ryan wanted. So that's the trick. Tell your wife you want a $250,000 car and then just buy one that's not nearly that much. So
that's my favorite part about Teslas is that they're relatively affordable, like in comparison to
they're not bad. Especially now, you can get the smaller one now for they just lowered the price. You can get the smaller one for like 40 grand.
We bought it for the future, and we're always in one car. It's not like I'm always in my car and he's always in his car. We're almost always together in one car. So it's a very shared gift to ourselves, but then also we bought it for the future and the technology.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. If it was just like a sports car only, I would have been very anti buying it. But and I just want Ryan to buy what he wants and be happy because you work really hard and you deserve it. But the Tesla was, we're buying it for the future of the self-driving, and you're always on your phone when driving. So that freaks me out. And it's nice to know that you're safe now putting it in self-drive.
Yeah. What was the other car I wanted?
It's Christine. The Audi.
What? I didn't want an Audi.
The one that was on your computer. The picture of the
Aston Martin?
Aston Martin. Sorry, it was an Aston Martin. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Apologize.
Gotcha.
That thing. Well, you wanted that Aston Martin.
You made the good choice with the Tesla. That it's a reasonable and useful mobile.
It's been a good car so far.
It's an amazing car. And you can fold the seats down.
Yeah. And if the business as long as you put it in the YouTube videos and it's like a character in your videos.
Yeah, exactly.
The Aston Martin. How much was that car that you wanted?
They're like $250.
Okay, there you go.
Just $250. It's fine.
It's not a big deal at all. It's more than like 3 houses.
So Ryan, I know you've talked about Peter McKinnon before. I'm assuming you keep up with his channel a little bit. If those of you that are watching, Peter McKinnon was breakout YouTuber of the year, I guess 2018. Mm-hmm. He is a photography and videography channel. Great channel. I'll put his channel in the link in the video after.
He's the coffee montage goat.
Yeah. Like all of Ryan's videos where he's grinding coffee, that's all I can think about is Peter.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
But Peter's dad has a business. Peter's in Canada. And Peter's dad has a business where he makes guitars. And after Peter found so much success on YouTube, his dad picked up a camera and started a channel. So Ryan, are we going to see Papa Roots pick up a channel, pick up a camera anytime soon? Because I know he's been on your vlogs a few times, and he's such a great character. Like I want to know more about him.
He's ridiculous, man. I think that he needs to. He needs, because he has such a good story too. Like born in Scotland, grew up in South Africa, made a lot of money in South Africa, kind of lost it all. Huge. When we came over to America with pretty much nothing. Built himself up in America, And we had businesses together as well, my dad and I.
Yeah. And he had a hard upbringing. It's not like anyone handed him anything.
Upbringing.
Like he had to work for everything.
And he's the sweetest guy. He's the biggest jokester, and he has a cool accent.
People love an accent.
So I think that he should make a channel. I don't know. I'm meeting with him tomorrow. Maybe I can convince him.
You tell him that I'll give him his first shout out if he makes
it. There you go.
I love it.
We got 77 people watching. Guys, leave a message, leave a chat down below if you would subscribe to Papa Roots YouTube channel.
And hit the thumbs up button, guys.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
So I posted on my Instagram yesterday, and I was asking some people what kind of questions they wanted me to ask you. And Callie actually responded and wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Callie?
Trustworthiness.
Oh, that's such a big one. Such a
number
big
one.
Yeah.
You have to have that. Like if you hire somebody like that to basically run your whole business, you have to be able to trust them.
Yeah. And Callie's funny and awesome to be around, but still trustworthiness is number one.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to any employee.
I think for me, I think it's just how easygoing Callie is. Like she's never been like, no, I don't want to do that. Or I want this, I want to do things this way. You know what I mean? Like she's just easygoing. It's easy to talk to her, and she's not demand. She's just a hard worker, you know, like Callie will always be successful because she knows what to do to appease.
Callie's truly a wonderful person also.
She's a sweetheart.
If that doesn't come across to everybody, they need to know that Callie's an amazing human being. So we're lucky to have her. We're very lucky to have her.
Yeah. Callie just commented in the chat. She said, "I'm easy."
Callie's single, ready to mingle.
She is single.
I love how she just is totally 100% herself. Like I know she's herself because the way she acts in your vlogs, I couldn't imagine her acting any more extra in real life. So I know that she just doesn't care. She just
That's
goes.
Callie. She's always been so funny.
Yeah.
She definitely adds to y'all's channel a lot. And she edited and filmed your last video, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. So we promoted Callie now to our videographer. So once or twice a week, you'll see now in our videos, you'll get a different kind of angle. Instead of that vlog angle, it'll be more like a TV show kind of style where Callie will film and then she'll edit it as well. So she's been doing a great job with that. So
last two questions here. The first one is, do you guys have any tips on how to run a successful reselling business as a married couple? I know most resellers they're married, I guess, but they're just doing it by themselves and their spouse are kind of on the sidelines. How can you run a business with somebody that you already are married to and live together and do that successfully without driving each other crazy?
Yeah, most people couldn't, but it's really important to have communication between just anything, right? And anyone, like any relationship needs good communication. A friendship, your love lives, like you should have good communication whenever you try to plan anything, like with your family. So communication is number one and incredibly important. Mm-hmm. And expressing the important things, right? So if Ryan does something that frustrates me or I don't agree with it, we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. We communicate about 100% of everything. Yep. And that's incredibly important because if you don't give somebody the opportunity to recognize what they're doing is either offending you in some way, right? Like in a relationship, or what they're doing is like very ineffective and you have a better way to do it, or you have a suggested way that works really well for you and they're doing something a bit less effectively. It's just important, number one, to just communicate, period. Just in any relationship. And for our business, because we communicate well, it's very successful.
And then like in business, also defining roles, I think is really important.
Yeah.
Like I do something in their business, I do something that's completely different than Alli. And we work well together because Alli can do the stuff that I don't necessarily like to do. And I do the stuff that she couldn't necessarily do herself. Yeah. And then again, we also have Callie and Ben to handle stuff that we don't want or know how to do.
Right. Strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And then if something is burning us out, like just shipping in the beginning, we hired Callie in the beginning just to do the shipping for us. And so it spiraled from there. So yeah.
But I would say like, if you're in that situation, because we've talked to people before that are in that situation where one of them selling and the other spouse isn't very supportive with their reselling. there's a couple things. One, they probably will start to become supportive when they see the bank account start to fill. So that's an easy way to, kind of calm some of the quells. But I would also say, like, if you want to bring your spouse into reselling, one of the easiest ways to do it is take them garage selling or take them to a thrift store and try to find what they love. So go out, like if your hubby likes fishing, why don't you go garage selling and try to focus on finding fishing reels or fishing rods that you can flip? Mm-hmm. Or if he likes, if he likes clothing or whatever, you can go and if you find a niche and help your significant other get into reselling that way in a way that they actually enjoy it, instead of just saying, hey, can you take pictures for me? Or, hey, can you fold these clothes for me? Like, no, nobody wants to do that. So, bring them in nicely.
Different roles, yeah. And if you both hate shipping, then you'll both just ship together and suffer through it.
Yeah.
Or if you both hate shipping and picture, yeah. One person do pictures, one person do shipping. You just got to find a balance. And
sometimes, the visually impaired says, my wife loves that I resell, but it wants nothing to do with it. And I also think that that's okay. Yeah. I think that it's okay to have completely separate roles and separate relationships. Reselling is not for everybody. And I think that's one thing that, you'll never hear I say, like, you have to resell. Some people don't want to do it, and I think that's okay. Some people like the 9 to 5, and if that's what if that's what brings you joy and you're actually happy doing it, more power to you. Go for it.
Yeah. And then where did it go? Keep It Transparent says, it's a good idea. My husband has a habit of buying used lawnmowers. Maybe your husband could turn it into a hobby where he buys a used lawnmower, cleans it up, fixes it up, and then resells it locally, for a profit. Yeah. And then it's like a paid hobby.
Lauren Cole City lit to the chat. She says, Stephen and I would kill each other. I don't believe that. You guys are both really nice.
Yeah.
There are 85 people in the chat, and I'm cool. Super grateful for that. I think the most I've ever had before is like 40. So
yeah.
Awesome. Last question. Thank you guys again so much for coming on my show. I mean, when I asked you, I honestly didn't expect. I knew you guys are super nice, and I knew that if you would do it if you could. But I just really didn't expect you to have the time. You guys are crazy busy with everything you've got going on. And again, I'm just really, really grateful that you guys did this for me. And
we'll make the time for the right reasons, though. Like we probably get asked to come on different people's YouTube channels at least once a week. And we can tell that you're a genuine person and you genuinely do want to help people. So we're not going to go on a channel where we don't think that that person is wanting to benefit others. They're just out there to get ad revenue and do it for themselves, right? So for us, it's a no-brainer to come on a channel and help support it if we think that the cause is right. And I think it is. I think you're a good guy.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But for your troubles, I'm going to be sending you two trial packs of G Fuel. I don't know if you've watched a couple of I haven't talked about G Fuel lately. G Fuel.
What is G Fuel?
I'm sending it to you because I've tried to give away G Fuel in 2 other videos, and both people that have won it have opted for like a cash prize instead. So
I will take the cash prize.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take that. No, I'm sending you G Fuel, and you guys are going to enjoy it. But also, you guys watching, I'm going to give away one to a viewer as well. So if you are interested in winning, once the video is posted on my channel, drop a comment down below, not in the chat, but on the actual video, and say something like, "Give me that G Fuel" or something. If you don't know, G Fuel is a powdered energy drink. It's delicious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll take some of that.
All right, I'll try it for sure.
It's delicious. It's just got like a lot of caffeine and B vitamins, but no sugar, so there's no crash.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good.
I'll try it.
I'm gonna put it in coffee.
So that being said, the last question here: what are your goals for the next 10 years when it comes to your channel? Whether you think YouTube will still be around then? With your business and with your family?
I say more traveling and less hands-on with the actual business, more either another employee or just promoting Callie up where she feels more comfortable, and then more traveling.
Yep.
Because we'll be less hands-on, and then we can do lots of vlogs.
Yeah.
And teach people how to grow how we've grown, or at least if they've gotten to the point where they can hire, maybe how to hire somebody.
I think that we're both in our 30s now. Wow. Isn't that crazy? We're 31 years old. And I think that, when I was 20 years old and starting these businesses back then, my goal was like, I want to create the next Facebook. I want to create the next Google. And As you
so
age,
funny.
you're young and dumb.
Oh my gosh, I just wanted to grow up and be happy.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever wanted.
I think as you age a little bit, your priorities change. And for us, like, we are right now where we are in our business, in our lives, we're very happy. We have all the free time that we want if we set things up right. And we don't necessarily have to grow the business. So if we just maintain what we have right now, honestly, if we maintain for the next 70 years, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Totally fine with
People will ask us, like, why don't you just get more employees? Because you can sell all that stuff instead of wholesaling it on. And it's like, who are we helping if we don't wholesale it on? We're just helping ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we'll have more employees and more money, more problems, and that's more stress. So I would rather help more people than have more money because we're comfortable now and we don't need to ball out.
Yep.
Like if we travel, I don't have to be like first class. Yeah, that's nice, but I'm fine just going somewhere and just, doing the local thing and just having the best vacation of our lives without spending time in a 5-star hotel or something, I don't mind staying in a local hotel. So yeah.
Christine says if you just maintain no Aston Martin, the Tesla's faster.
She said you should get your Aston Martin. Trade the warehouse for an Aston Martin. It'll be the same price.
But so like I follow this YouTuber named Stephan. Ryan, I'm sure you've seen
he's blown up big time lately.
He posted a video today. He has 2 channels now, but as of today, he's making $100,000 a month just with YouTube, and he has rental business and other things.
I don't doubt it. I mean, his other channel, not the show one, but his other channel is much larger.
Yeah.
So he was probably
like 780,000 subs, and his new just started like a month ago is up to like 80 or so.
Yeah, and his niche he's in like the finance niche that has this high CPM. So I mean, this niche has a high CPM too, but finance has a very high CPM. So I don't doubt it. I mean, it's totally possible to make 6 figures on YouTube, and he doesn't even have 1 million subs. So.
Yeah, and what I like about him is that he claims that he doesn't spend any of his money. Like he spends like his rental income, and everything he makes from YouTube, everything from his other businesses is just invested. And I think he's like 28, 29 years old.
It's crazy.
If you guys maintain what you're doing now, and I know you're investing, I see your Robinhoods in your Instagram stories and stuff. But I mean, you guys are going to be set. Like you just keep saving, keep investing, and you're going to be at a point in your life when you can only you can do just the fun stuff. Like if you want to make a YouTube video, you can. If you want to ship or do photography, you can. But even with just Callie and Ben, I mean, you guys have really figured this thing out, and it's awesome to watch your videos and just see it all unfold.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important too, like over the years, as our income has grown, our lifestyle has pretty much stayed the same. Besides the Tesla, I know that was a high expense, but besides that, like we live in the same place.
I still buy thrifted clothes for myself and don't go shopping for new things. And if I do, I still go to Marshall's and TJ Maxx, which are discount stores, and I'll go to like clearance, like Dillard's Clearance Center, to buy new clothes. I still won't go and spend I'm not going to spend $50 on a t-shirt, Yeah, unless it's vintage, of course, and you can resell it. That's a different story. That's what you like to do. But we still live, pretty.
Yeah, we travel big. When we travel, we travel pretty big.
The Peru trip is going to be 2 weeks, and we did everything. I use a travel agency because you need to for Peru. That's what I was told by. I have a lot of family that went down there, and so I used the same company that they use. And instead of picking and choosing what we wanted to do, I said, I want to do everything, all of it. And I was like, what else can we do? And I just kept adding stuff on and adding days on. And that was the first time we ever really went hard. Yeah. No, minus Europe. But even there, we're staying at Airbnbs. And on this Peru trip, they're doing all the transportation, booking everything for us. So it's going to be like a stress-free, just go and have the time of our lives. Like zero stress. I'm so excited.
I think it's awesome when younger people spend their money on trips and experiences. Like I see all my friends that, they graduate high school and then get married and, get a big truck and buy a house, and they just have to work the rest of their life to maintain that stuff that they bought.
Yeah.
I'd much rather see you rent a little studio apartment and drive a Civic and, take 2 or 3 vacations a year and, spend the same amount of money. But that's something I've regretted, not traveling more. I mean, I'm going to Honduras this week on a mission trip, but just getting out and experiencing life more so. Like I've bought a lot of dumb stuff in my life. I've made poor financial decisions. But I'm trying to, back away from that and to get everything back in order, because I want to do more experiential things and spend money there.
I've also always have been very good with money.
I have been
really good with money. I'm so good. If I know something might be like $15, I will search the web to find it for $9 sometimes, like I am good with money. I've always been that way forever.
Again, that's why this works, because I didn't even have money saved at all until Allie and I started dating.
And Ryan's like, let's just go and buy this and that. And I was like, I can make that. No, you will not buy that.
So I'll wrap the video up. I told you guys it was only going to be 30 minutes, and we're at 46. So I apologize. But I was going to plug the your totes in this video, but they all
they're gone.
Well, we can talk about. I saw
our hats. Plug our hats.
Well, I saw Ulterior Motive asked when we're opening up mentorship.
Oh yeah,
we're closed until September 15th. So September 15th, and if you just go to ralliroots.com, you can join the wait list for that. But that'll open up on September 15th. We're taking on 75 more people.
It'll close also by the end of September 15th.
Okay. It goes
really fast.
$7.
Sorry, say that again.
It was $257 for that.
$397.
$397. Okay. So and a lot of people are kind of like, if they're new resellers, they're turned off by that.
Sure.
But I have not taken the course yet, but knowing what you guys know and just your personality, it's well worth it. I mean, I've seen people comment in your videos before that they've made all the money back in 2 days of just practicing what you guys are telling them. So you've got to spend money to make money, whether that be on sourcing goods or building your education and knowledge of a reselling business. And I think taking this course is a great way to do that. So again, it's opening up soon. I'll get a link from you guys.
And we still give away all that information basically for free. It's just so spread out, and that's a very condensed version of it if you want to plow through it all. And then the direct access
have like videos too, like that are only available to people that have signed up for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's more of, it's not really a course. It's more of like how do we guide you through from beginning to end.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. So,
yeah. It's a good one.
And shout out, I really appreciate that. Miss Florida Sunshine. See, did your mentorship in January, best money I've ever spent. Really appreciate it.
Yay. That's awesome. I love to hear that. That's so important to us.
Yeah.
If somebody wasn't happy, why? Like, what aren't you happy about? Like, what didn't work for you? So,
how much can you bench press, Ryan, Allie?
I can bench press maybe 90 pounds. I'm pretty weak right now, though. But I can squat a lot. I'm jacked. My legs are ripped.
Oh my gosh. I don't know about me. I don't usually bench press.
But anyway, thank you guys again for coming on my show. Everybody watching, thank you so much. 83 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys spending time with us tonight. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. It really helps my channel out a lot. I got haters. All my videos get like at least 3 dislikes, and that's just part of the YouTube, the world of YouTube. But if you guys could hit the like button, I really appreciate it. And again, Ryan, Allie, thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. Glad we could be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, we are going to sign off here. Again, thank everyone. I'm just so grateful, and we'll see you guys on the next video.